The man was shocked. The saint who had been so rejected and looked down on by the neighboring kingdom turned out to be incredibly powerful. Her work efficiency was dozens of times higher than any saint before her, and it seemed like she had endless energy and stamina. Not long after Annie was sold to the neighboring country, the public welfare there started improving drastically. Meanwhile, her own former kingdom was descending into chaos. Ever since the prince sold Annie off, law and order back home had completely collapsed. It was only after arriving in the neighboring kingdom that Annie realized just how corrupt her old country truly was. Here, people genuinely cared about her. Even the two princes went out of their way to host a grand welcome ceremony just for her. It was a complete contrast to the way she'd been treated before. Wanting to repay everyone's kindness, Annie made up her mind to help govern the country as best she could. She quickly familiarized herself with the current state of the nation. The next morning, she got up early and went straight to work. She started by studying the country's terrain, then took 2 servants with her to investigate the forested mountains in the north. She discovered that many monsters were lurking in that area. As soon as she entered the forest, she noticed thick miasma hanging in the air. She immediately told the servants to back off. She was going to set up a purification barrier. The servants stayed nearby to guard her, knowing that creating such a barrier was an exhausting and complicated task. Just summoning one pillar of holy light could take up to 10 hours, and it required a huge amount of magical power. But then Annie suddenly turned around and told them she'd finished one. The servant was stunned. She'd completed a full pillar in just 30 minutes, and she wasn't planning to stop. Annie said she wanted to finish the rest as quickly as possible. That's when the butler truly realized how powerful she was. Not long after, Annie finished summoning all the holy light pillars, and the miasma in the forest was completely cleansed. Still, she didn't stop to rest. She moved straight on to investigating the surrounding ecosystem. If the servants hadn't practically begged her to take a break, she probably would have gone off to set up another barrier right away.